These are firefighters. There is fire in this house. It's a house.
Shifting News. Explore, feel, shift.
Traders counting losses. Due to vandalism, due to activities that happen
These are the remnants of the demons. What can we attribute this to? Is it sometimes when we do our videos, we always have people in the comment section calling for accountability, and also we have bad leadership, misappropriated funds, and a lot. Unfortunately, it's drizzling. We didn't carry an umbrella. Effects. Nairobi City County. Fire. Effects of firefighters on ground. And these are the effects of what happened yesterday. Traders still counting losses due to vandalism. See, these are firefighters. There is fire in this house. It's a house. So there's accounting losses. Remember yesterday we had a shutdown of the mainstream media as a directive by the CA. Still fire. OTC area. And for sure traders are counting losses, and we get to ask the question, is this justified? What can we attribute this to? People, citizens, a huge percentage, can we say, are tired with the leadership? And is it bad governance or poor leadership, or is it that citizens are just escalating, especially the Gen Z? Our Nairobi that took time to be constructed, right now this is what is happening due to maandamano. There is still fire. Seems it erupted yesterday during the demos. So a lot of traders are counting losses. Sometimes when we do our videos of Nairobi City, we have most of our followers who always say we need accountability. Corruption should be dealt with. People are watching. These are just remnants of broken glasses. And for sure, most of the shops here have been cleared. Most traders have no stock at all. That means a fresh start. With nowhere to go, no one to listen. So peaceful demos at times becoming violent. And resulting to this. Most of these phone shops nothing at all in the shops, and only remnants of the activities that happened on 25th June 2025. It's so sad. You see, we were discussing about the education factor here in Kenya, and right now we say that most people, and maybe if you walk around the country, you'll realize that we have a lot of school-going children who are still at home due to issues of education, no funds. And then we ask, there is this policy, but most of the cases, if that is a motion that will be brought to Parliament, MPs or our leaders will never approve of it. Can we just have the CDF, NGCDF, Women Rep Fund, Governors Scholarship, MCS Scholarship, President's Scholarship, all scrapped and all the money is put in one kitty, then the funds distributed across the schools and make sure that education is free for all. So such discussions or such policies most likely will never see the light of the day. Why? And that's why you find most of our followers, yes, they are always happy about progress being made, let's say in Nairobi, all the construction activities. but also they call upon good leadership, accountability, and doing away with corruption. Even some saying that some of the structures or some of the constructions happening within Nairobi, they are of poor quality. And sometimes when you observe them, after some time, they become destroyed. Why? You blame the contractor, and sometimes you realize that these kickbacks in tendering are the ones bringing some of these effects. Where the contractor must part with something for them to win the contract. Then whatever they are remaining with, they decide to go for poor materials, and that's why we end up with some poorly finished structures or infrastructure. And you realize that most of these Gen Zs, some of their plight, you can realize for sure there is need for accountability, especially when you go to school, you use a lot of funds, then you can see that building over there, that is a remnant of what happened several months ago. So you find most of our youths, there are no jobs, just idle, and the promise for good governance is not as they anticipated. When our leaders, when there is need to scrap all the, let's say, car grants, they will easily and in numbers, in good numbers, go to object. If it is an increase in their salaries, it is always positive feedback, always the numbers are always there. But when it comes to policies that should contribute to the positive livelihoods of common citizens, I think that is where they draw the line. We don't advocate for this kind of destruction at all. But we cannot also at the same time attribute that these destructions were purely done by all the demonstrators. I think we have infiltration of we call them goons. And some of our police officers are always ready to trigger. You see, when you fire at demonstrators, then they become psyched up. And now, that's when you see the running battles between the police officers and the demonstrators. And in the long run, our economy suffers. I think the downtown area received the biggest blow in terms of destruction of business properties. And for those who are watching videos across the country, we had a lot of destructions in some areas. Like in one of the counties, one of the neighbors' supermarkets was attacked. And we had people stealing property and property of unknown value. I think it is very hard to evaluate the amount of loss that the traders have experienced.
Shifting news. Explore, feel, shift.
The city was cleaned at night. Businesses must proceed.
GoPro yake ni aje bro?
Poa sana.
Enda hapo, enda hapo.
Just see the road, how we have stones. Poa sana. Ha? Clarion. Iko kwa building gani? Ha? Hiyo imenipotea kidogo. Remember last time this building received a share of what happened. This was Uganda House, still under renovations.
Shifting news. Explore, feel, shift.
Yesterday this one was just eminent in the videos. It was on fire. This is at the Kenyatta Avenue Uhuru Highway roundabout, and if you watch a number of videos, the people went to take the animals from Uhuru Park and they placed them here on this road. Hey. Kenyans can be daring. That means there should be accountability. Now, being a leader in Kenya, you will need to be accountable. What? They also destroyed this section here. How long is this going, or are things are going to be this way? Our leaders, can you listen to the plea of Kenyans? To the citizens, such that next time we don't have these kind of distractions, because our economy is hurting and living standards is for sure, we might be headed in the wrong direction. Let's hope leaders can sit down and try to negotiate with the common citizen, and also bring policies that can encourage more businesses to thrive, more employment opportunities. Of recent, what we see is most people are losing jobs. Most people do not have jobs. People have gone to school, and even those who are coming up with startups, or coming up with innovations, there is no support. Instead, more taxes are being introduced. Such that new businesses find it hard to survive or to thrive. It's drizzling, and for sure we are still walking. To see what is happening within this Nairobi, our beautiful Nairobi and our beautiful Kenya. These are just wanasema ni mapito. We shall go strong again.
Shifting news. Explore, feel, shift.